Hi, my name is Anthony Cherwinski with the Office of New Americans. This short presentation will introduce current data points related to new American populations in Colorado. By the end of our time today, we will learn that new Americans are hireable and can positively impact your company's bottom line. I will present data-backed reasons why companies in all industries should consider establishing new American hiring initiatives and provide examples of strategies to address the question, how is this effectively executed? Lastly, I will provide next steps to support the professional development for your team, make essential connections, and ultimately support DEI efforts, and as I said earlier, your bottom line. I have supported new Americans with their integration journeys for over 10 years. Most of that time has been dedicated to supporting new Americans, community-based organizations, and employers with developing and implementing workforce integration strategies. I have worked with new Americans from over 40 countries and have supported countless community-based organizations and employers from recruiting to upskilling new American team members, ranging from entry level to the placement of technically trained professionals. I have an MA in Global Community Engagement, a BA in Political Science, and am a certified cultural intelligence facilitator. My years of experience have taught me amazing lessons, and I continue to learn from different cultural perspectives every day. From the employer perspective, I have worked with small businesses to large companies. I have worked with C-suite executives, DEI leaders, human resource professionals, and coworkers of new Americans. This engagement informed the development of this series. My goal is to provide background and a quick turnaround with action steps to empower next steps to operationalize new American hiring initiatives that can strengthen any company's DEI efforts. The Office of New Americans was created through House Bill 21-1150 in June of 2021. ONA is housed in the Colorado Department of Labor and Employment, or CDLE, and as you will see from our vision and mission, ONA's charge and authority spans beyond CDLE. ONA's vision is that all new Americans have equitable access to opportunity and well-being. ONA's mission is to facilitate the integration and inclusion of new Americans into Colorado's civic, economic, and social life. These data points are sourced from the Census Bureau's American Community Survey and analysis by the American Immigration Council. As of 2021, there are an estimated 570,273 new American residents that live in Colorado. 81% of Colorado's foreign-born population are of working age, which outpaces the percentage of US-born Coloradans that are of working age. The spending power from foreign-born-led households in Colorado is an estimated $15.9 billion. Nearly 30% of foreign-born Coloradans have an advanced degree, and 21% of Colorado immigrants age 25 and older with at least bachelor's degrees report being underemployed. New Americans are an essential thread in Colorado's economy, and specifically, the last two data points reveal that new Americans provide a potentially untapped employment pool of individuals with advanced degrees. We reviewed some high-level data points about employable new Americans and their economic impact in Colorado. Naturally, two questions follow. And these are often the first two questions I hear from employers, from small to large. First, can I hire them? If a person does not have work authorization, the employer cannot hire them. However, broadly speaking, most new Americans do have workforce authorization and can be hired. The second question, should I hire new Americans? Again, the answer is yes. To further explain why you should hire new Americans, let's take a look at that why. Colorado currently has a tight labor market, and our labor market is projected to tighten in coming years. There are a few reasons for this. First, Colorado has a declining birth rate. Second, we are an aging population. The 65 and older community is expected to increase in Colorado by 30.9% by 2030. Lastly, we have a growing employment gap. Job creation in Colorado is projected to outpace our ability to replace these jobs with available workers. The workforce is diversifying across the U.S. The U.S. in general has declining birth rates. The percentage of the foreign-born population is projected to steadily increase, and net global migration into the U.S. will create a growing pool of internationally trained professionals skilled in various fields. In other words, The demand for workers now and in the future will outpace available professionals to fill roles, ranging from entry-level to technically trained professionals. Regarding the return on investment, or ROI, of employing new Americans. First, new Americans have high job retention rates. The refugee 90-day job retention hovers around 85%. Second, along with retention comes the opportunity for upskilling employees. An example of an operationalized effort to retain and upskill new American employees is Tyson Foods. After implementing an upskilling effort designed for new American team members, Tyson Foods saw both increased job retention and a 123% ROI. Increased job retention has the potential to decrease hiring costs, turnover costs, training costs, safety costs, and recruiting costs. Now that we have a better understanding of why we should hire new Americans and how it can be a value add to your teams and your bottom line, let's take a quick peek at how this can be done. Colorado's Office of New Americans has created a 3-part training series titled Working with New Americans, from recruiting to upskilling. The topics covered begin with recruiting. Here, we discuss the power of reimagining job descriptions, the bias and inequities that often exist within applicant tracking systems, or ATSs. We discuss sourcing strategies and content development. We then move to interviewing, where we review the implementation of different interview styles, the concept of showing the job prior to offering the job, which can act as a self-screening tool, and the importance of confirmation and communication. Next, we discuss effective onboarding strategies when hiring new American employees. We cover how to prep your existing team, and we differentiate between the professional development needed for coworkers versus supervisors. We stress the importance of offering support with the completion of hiring documents and address essential needs like transportation and uniforms. We then move to the topic of managing new Americans. Here, we review the importance of operating with cultural awareness, especially concerning the management and schedules, and the important concept of performance management versus scheduled check-ins. Finally, we cover upskilling. This includes strategies like establishing a buddy or mentor system and clear communication about opportunities for upward mobility. Throughout these topics, a common thread is stewarding the essential component of building trust and community that likely integrates each company's individual workplace cultures. We have discussed the topics of the training series, and now I want to give you an idea of the series flow and resources that will be provided. Each part of the training series has a general flow. First, we identify potential barriers new Americans face. Second, we discuss approaches to operating with cultural awareness and response to these barriers. And third, I present action steps and strategies that are culturally aware and ultimately have an impact on greater DEI strategies and equity in general. The resources gained will be best practices, a checklist of action items per topic, and outreach recommendations. If you have interest in learning more, please use the QR code in the corner and complete the short Google form, and the Office of New Americans will be in touch. Thanks for your time.